Welcome back. Where's the car, you're saying? There's no car here. Well, there ain't gonna be a car today. Got a little snowblower. That time of year. And these things are like working on 1960s, 70s V8s, which I absolutely love. I wish all cars were still that way. But this is as close as I can get to it these days. So what we got here is a typical homeowner unit. It's a Troy Bilt. Don't even know what model it is. Troy Bilt Storm 2620. So, and I don't even know who makes these engines anymore. They're probably Chinese now. 208 cc. There you go. Now we're focused. Get some more info here. It's a 26-inch cut. One-hand operation. No way. 6 forward, 2 reverse. Not important. But the complaint is it won't run unless you got the thing on just about full choke. So that tells me that it's a typical problem we have here in Massachusetts with the ethanol and the fuel. Just got some fuel in there. It smells all right. So it's probably got, these things sit a lot, you know, they sit all summer and everything. So all right, you got oil. That's a good thing. So pretty confident of what it is. So there's really not going to be any diagnostic process here. But what I usually do with these things is, you know, one comes in, it's a no start. Very first thing I do is grab my little Sure Shot here, full of ether. It's full of acetone, and give it a little blast in a carburetor. And if she starts and runs, compression's good, spark's good. You just kill 2 birds with 1 stone, quick and easy. So that's how I go about all small engines. 2 strokes too. You know, you won't hurt a 2-stroke with a little squirrel engine. They don't keep it running. They don't keep spraying it in there and keeping it running, because you know most 2-strokes are pre-mix and they gotta have lubrication. It's like running a 4-stroke with no oil. So anyways, so this is a 4-stroke 208 cc. Looks like a made in China engine, more than likely. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing torn down. Of course, you see how they the small engine manufacturers are starting to, I think they're starting to get tips from automakers on how to make things unserviceable and a complete pain in the ass to work on. You can't even see the carburetor in this thing unless you get way down here. There's a float bowl, you know. At least they put a drain on there. I give them that, you know. But you can't even see this thing. So that's for Chris. I'm gonna be getting to that soon, I promise. It's been a bad week over here. I've had a lot of stupid stuff happen this week, so I'm kind of behind the 8 ball here. But we're gonna do an unboxing video of this press eventually here. We'll get to it, buddy. I appreciate you sending it. Off switch for fuel. Of course not. That's why the carb's clogged. Oh boy. They didn't make this easy. If I gotta drop in this bowl, this thing's gonna empty the tank on me. Oh, what a piss poor design. I'm mad. Alright, so we gotta take this thing apart. No way around it. Yep. 10mm. Fits everything. Why does everybody gotta copy auto manufacturers with these engineering? Right in between the gas tank. I mean, this is stupid. Look at this. Great place for a bolt. You got about ½ an inch to get the thing out of there. I gotta turn the face melter down. It's starting to shoot fire. Okay. Alright, we got that. This big guy up here. dumbest design I've ever seen. All right, there's one bolt up in front of the housing here. Let me show you. Look at that. Way down in there behind this thing. You can't even get to it. How stupid. In order to get this heat shield off, take this plastic cover off, then this whole assembly. Then you can get this stupid thing off, but I'm gonna just try to get this plastic off here if I can. Try to wiggle that out from the bottom there. Looks like these two bolts, that's also what's holding the carburetor in, so we'll see what we get. And this goes all, this is ridiculous. It's starting to build stuff. This thing, you know, look at this thing now. Now let me show you something. See this metal? Let's see if we can see. That's got to be an 1/8 inch thick, if that, you know, all the way through here. Now let's go over here. This is a 1988 Toro. I mean, it's rolled over, but the metal is all of double the thickness. I don't know what you can see there. You know, it's rolled over this way, so it's not that thick. But I mean, look at the auger. Look at the thickness of that. You know, this thing's built like a tank. So, and Ariens is a much better snowblower, but this is a newer one. This one here is about 15 years old, and you can already see how they started cheaping out on the metal. Everything's thinner, but this, I would much rather have this Ariens than this Troy Bilt here. So that's just the way of the world, you know. This is what you get for your money nowadays. What's this, friggin' $800-900? It's crazy. It's insane. You get a lot more for your money back in the day. But anyways, I'm gonna stop ranting and start working here. Never seen one on this tight before. Oh my lord, I'm gonna break my tool. Not a big fan of anything built by MTD, I'll tell you. Especially nowadays. You seriously gotta be kidding me. So they don't want anybody working on these. I might go back to my original plan. Just drain the gas tank. This is ridiculous. Oh no. Ridiculous. I get for telling everybody how easy these are to work on. They go and change everything. I don't know what year this thing is. Date of manufacturer, June of 2015 on the engine, so I'd assume this is a 2015 or 16 snowblower. So. Get these little gear wrenches. I got a whole set of them. Things are great. I had a set of Sears ones. They were about 15 years old. They were awful. They had, you can hear the number of clicks in there. It's almost like a snap-on ratchet, to be honest. Not quite, but it's close, you know, which is pretty impressive. For the money, you can't beat them. You know, the thing is with these things, I still don't trust the ratcheting mechanism in there. I'll use a regular box end to really hog down on something, tighten the stuff down. But I don't want to put a lot of torque into this mechanism here. It doesn't. I mean, it feels pretty strong, but I don't trust it. I don't trust anything built in the 21st century. I'm honest. Everything right on this thing, you're going to be pulling your hair out. Put it all back together and find out you forgot to put something back in. Oh boy, what a day that would be. Buy a new one, I don't know I don't know what their reasoning is for making our lives miserable as technicians, automakers, and snowblower builders. You know, drives me nuts. There's really no reason for this. They could have just put the carburetor in there under a metal cover like they've done for 50 years. And I would have had this carburetor out 10 minutes ago instead of fiddle effing around with this thing. This is Lowe's. It's got a Lowe's sticker on it. That pretty much tells you all you need to know. That's just my opinion. Oh boy, what do we got now? Okay, so now I can get to that bolt. Now I guess it's a good time to check out the belts. Pretty good. You should, for only being 3 years old. I've worked on snowblowers, Arians that have had belts that were 35 years old and they still threw snow, no problem. Oh man, I still can't get to this bolt. This is ridiculous. Oh, I gotta take this whole thing off. That's right. Alright. Strip the whole thing down to get a carburetor. I just can't even get over this. Yeah, definitely got LOCTITE on there. Some orange stuff. I can't even believe this. I'm used to working on older stuff like 15, 20, 30-year-old snowblowers. This thing is awful. There's a little belt guide there that I don't want to get in the wrong spot, burn the belt out. Wow, that was pretty loose. Probably a good thing I had to take this off. I would have landed right in the belts. You're better off. I'd recommend just draining the tank. Draining the tank, drop the bowl. Be a lot easier. I'll tell you that much. Alright, so there's that. Stupid thing. Look at this. Huge. Alright, can I get this out of here now? Yes, sir. Set that off to the side. This is dumb. It really is. There's really no reason to engineer something like this. All that because of this bolt right here. I'll show you where I'm at. Right where that, oop, I zoomed in there. Right where that ratchet is. Ridiculous. They buried that behind there. Behind all the belts and everything. Is that the only bolt holding this thing on? I don't know. Yep. Unreal. Unreal. Getting pointers from Ford Motor Company and Chevrolet, I bet. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. What the heck is this stupid thing? Is this electric? No, it's not electric choke because I just took the choke lever off. I don't know what we got going on here. How the hell is this stupid thing held on here? But now I can at least see the hose. I could probably pinch the hose off and leave all this crap on here. I'd rather take it off. Is this all one piece? This is stupid. Must be these two bolts on. I'm going to take these bolts out and see what happens. Lowe's and Home Depot for you. I'm going to put these guys right in front of you. Full of oil. Maybe it's got too much oil in it. Wow. This thing's got that much blow by? Oh, there you go. Chinese. Afraid of breaking plastic. I've never seen anything so stupid in my life. I had to take the electric style thing on. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. See that throttle lever right there? That's holding the whole thing on there. The thing above, the thing below the thing with the zip tie. The thing with the zip tie is a key. I don't know why you'd have a key on a snowblower, but whatever. They're gonna steal it. They're gonna steal it. They want to steal it? Have at it, buddy. You know, you can keep it. Have fun. Wow! Did you see that? That was ridiculous. Found it. The engineering here is just, I don't know what to say. Looking at right here. Bing, bing. I'll try to see if I can do this one-handed. Hold on, whoa! Come on. Should be use a needle nose to do this. There's much better pliers out there for this job. Just try to get this little guy off. Come on now, you're almost there. There you go. Okay, now probably gonna lose the now the clip is in the way of the spring clip. I gotta set you down somewhere. I got stuff everywhere. That. Ta-da! Oh my lord. Alright, so the primer hose is trapped in this little thing here, and I gotta. No, that wasn't too bad. And what we got here is some type of electronics. Oh, that's the key. So I'm not even gonna bother disconnecting it. I'm just gonna shove this over here because we don't really. This is a choke assembly. Gasket. They usually reuse these. You usually don't have to. They last for quite a while. It's not torn. It's all good. We'll reuse that. There. Got another gasket behind it here. Glued it on one side. It feels like, which is unfortunate. Boom. Choke linkage. That little guy. You might have gaskets. Anytime you got a piece of metal in front of a car, you'd have gaskets on both sides of it. Ideally. Especially on the engine side. She ain't gonna run too good. Okay, so now we're into the governor. Little tiny spring here. Use my little needle nose to get them out. Twang, where'd you go? Disappeared. Oh, I see him. Okay. We're all good. What kind of system is this? I'm gonna pull it out a little ways and then boom, then it comes right out. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna pinch off the fuel line because we conveniently did not install a petcock or a shutoff valve. This thing's pretty cool. I don't know if I showed it to you. There's a little set of pliers and you got this locking ring on here. I don't even know if you can see what I'm showing you. But yeah, these little guys, they're just little pliers. And you slide this little guy up and it locks them in place. So, and they're round steel, so they won't destroy the line on you. You know, you don't want to go too crazy on it and crush the thing. You know, you just want to shut off the fuel flow. And that's that. It'll let's see, spring clamps. Alright. I don't like using pliers to take off hoses because it destroys the hose, you know. Best thing to do is get a screwdriver in front of it and you can usually work them right off. Flathead screwdriver, that is. actually tight. I just lost that. Probably should have marked it before I let it fall off. No big deal, I'll figure it out. Jump for the gas. Because I got a fire going over there. Oh yeah. See that? Let me get you some light here. A little bit of rust and crust. That means there was water in there. Exactly what I kind of figured. That stuff's all over everything. Clogged up the main jet a little bit. Not completely, but most of the way. So, let's see if I can just float out of here. Pull that pin, pull this guy. Little pin. It's got a little spring on it, so that's covered with goo. So I'm going to want to take that out of there. Actually, best bet is to leave it in place. Yeah, look at all that stuff on my fingers. That's all gasoline additives. This thing is like covered in it. It's all crap they put in our fuel. Who knows what the hell it is. I'm going to get a flat screwdriver. If I can fit this down inside here. Oh, it actually fit. I don't believe it. Give it a good push. Oh, man. Oh, there she goes. Emulsion tube and all. So you definitely want to get this little guy out of here. This thing's got a bunch of little tiny. You probably can't even see it. My camera isn't that good of quality, so you're not going to be able to see it. But, see, now we got a straight shot right through. Get my flashlight. See. Now, fun stuff. Brake clean works for everything. Oh, watch the eyes, buddy. Every time I do this, I get it in the eyes. I always say I'm going to wear safety glasses, and I never do. But this stuff today is like, it's like eye wash compared to the stuff we used to use back in the day. That stuff would blind you for the rest of the afternoon. So what I'm doing, I don't know what you can see here, but there's an air bleed there, and there's one here. One's the pilot, one's the main. Pilot's for low speed, main is for the high speed. And you want to blow those. Every passageway that you can see, you want to get it. You know, see now, you got a stupid emission crap on here. You can't adjust these carburetors. This is what I hate about homeowner units. Everything's EPA regulated, so in order to get that low speed screw out of there, which it does need to be cleaned, I'd have to Dremel all this off of here and then cut a slot in it with a Dremel so I could unscrew it with a screwdriver. Yeah, this is a Huawei carburetor. Wonderful. So that's what you get today, but I'm gonna see if I can't keep blasting this. Don't see anything. It's hard to, might have to get my finger in there somehow, which is going to be impossible. I'd have to block off the top of it in order to force any brake clean through the low speed circuit, you know? It's ridiculous. But snowblowers don't really need to idle, you know? They pretty much run full throttle all the time, so it's not a huge deal. But it does make it easy to start if it's allowed to get fuel, you know. Now with these things, don't ever blow this way through the backwards. You want to always blow from the needle side back, because you'll lose that little washer in there and that'll ruin your day. Believe me, been there, done that. I don't like going hog wild with the air either, you know, because these carburetors you can, but You know, those little diaphragm carburetors that you got in weed whackers and chainsaws, you don't want to go hammering on those because you'll lose some stuff or break some little, what do you call them, diaphragms in there. That'll ruin your day too. You get done cleaning it, put it all back together, and then she won't start. Or she'll run worse than before you started working on it. So that's never a fun time. So, okay, you know, that's all set. Now I want to concentrate on this little guy. Got a nice little, I got this from a K&L catalog back when I used to be a motorcycle tech. And these work really well. Instead of spending $1 million on something like this, you can use piano wire, you know, real fine piano wire, 7/1000s. I mean guitar wire. What am I saying? Guitar, piano, same thing, right? I just pissed off all the musicians out there. I don't think there's many musicians watching me, but you never know. Yeah, you don't want to go too nuts with these either. You know, you can really score up the brass. These are steel, so what I'm doing, I'm just running it through, and each time I poke this through, I know for a fact you guys aren't seeing this, but every time I run it through one of these little holes, it's pushing green stuff out, which is pretty much the same crap that was on the float there, all that white stuff, white, green. Could be all different colors. None of it's good though. This carb's got tiny, as you can see, you know, I don't know how thick this is. It's probably 12/1000ths of an inch, if that, maybe 9/1000ths. So after I do this, I blast it with some brake clean and make sure I got all the crap out of there, because you loosen up a whole bunch of stuff doing this. There's a lot of holes in this little guy. See, this is the key to getting a good mixture, is having the bleed holes clean, you know. If you get, like I said, if you get every passageway clean in a carburetor, it'll run beautifully. Well, as beautifully as it can in the 21st century. The EPA kind of ruined that for everybody. A generator from the 1960s. My wife can give that a limp-wristed half pull, and that thing will stop with points, you know. Clean out this main jet here. Sprays pretty good. I'm gonna run one of these guys in. These things are like ribbed, so they'll grind out a lot of the crap that's in there. You don't want to force these things in here either. That's a little too big there. So I'm gonna go next size down. There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, because it doesn't take much to change a mixture. Usually use my shirt to clean these. Works pretty good. Yeah, there's a lot of crap. You see it all over my shirt. White crap. Brake cleans makes your fingers wicked slippery. At least mine, because they're all calloused. Alright, gotta clean this mess. Little wire wheel on the end of that. Wow, what the heck's going on over there? Face melter's melting down. Alrighty, so now put this back together. Bingo. There's that. This little guy, put that back in. You dummy. You missed. There we go. Make sure she works. I might have to look at my video. I think I got this upside down. Just, it looks, doesn't look right. No, maybe not. I think I got it. Now, one thing I'd recommend that I didn't do is mark this thing, because you want to be able to access the screw and all that stupid plastic on this thing. You know, because you want to be able to drain the carburetor at the end of the season. Otherwise, this is going to happen again. So that's that. Okay. Reassembly time. Gaskets on there. But the little guy's back in there. Push all that back on, and that's that. The hose back on, that's how the linkage goes. That stupid thing. Look at this. This is so... Who the hell engineers these things? I'm telling you, man. Is there really any reason to have this big-ass piece of plastic on here? This is stupid. Ah, man. Rant and rave. That's all I'm going to do. But it's aggravating, you know? There's no reason anything needs to be this... You know, especially a snowblower. It doesn't have to be this complicated. You know? It's just got to throw snow. It's not a rocket. It's got to take someone to move it, you know? I'm telling you. This little guy will get you in the wrong spot. That's supposed to be for the hose. That goes like this. Hose goes there. Now I got to use my extended fingers here. Look at that hose back up. That's the primer. Thing won't start very well if you don't have that. Gotta give it a little blast of fuel. Let's tuck that little guy in here, I guess. Yeah, so that's gonna go like that. Stupid cap back on. Boy, this thing's dirty. It's an intake. I have air filters because they don't really operate in an environment that creates a lot of dust, as you probably realize. Ridiculous. Like any of those old snowblowers over there, I could have done 4 of these in the amount of time it's taken me to get halfway through this one. It's stupid. It seems to be the way of the world, you know. And they want to milk every nickel you got. Give you crap in return for it. Get the clip. Spring clip. Nothing will probably happen, but it's there for a reason. It could be a potential vacuum leak if it doesn't seal. At the worst. At the best, it's gonna pee oil everywhere. This is funny. Look at this headlight. You think they put a halogen in there? Look at this. I don't know if you can see that, but that's an 1156 taillight bulb that's been used in cars for the last 40, 50 years. I mean, how ridiculous is that? You ain't gonna see nothing with that thing. It's like they're insulting our intelligence, you know? It's sad, you know? This guy probably paid $1,000 for this thing, or close to it. That's what you get today for $1,000? 7, 6, 7, 800 bucks? I mean, come on. This is really pitiful. All right, let's make sure we can fire this up without breaking anything. Prime is working. Throttle all the way back up again. That ain't a good sign, is it? Float stuck or something? Alright, round 2. Always gotta do stuff twice around here, you notice that? Anyways, got ourselves a cookie, a little quick release deal for the fake Dremel I have. This is actually it's a Dremel brand cookie, but the unit itself is a Black & Decker. This is my second one. I don't know what it's called, Black & Decker Wizard I think it is. It's got 6 speeds. But my first one I had for 18 years. I had to rebuild it a couple times because that little drive shaft snapped inside here. This one I've been using for a year now, and I've already modified that as well, because that's a common failure on these is the drive shaft. Everything else lasts forever. Once you fix that drive shaft, you're golden. See, now I'm looking at this. You don't want to cut. You don't want to cut past that machine surface right there. You're gonna cause yourself some trouble there. So I'm gonna concentrate on this lower part. Maybe take a knot. Yeah, I'll just cut this whole thing off, but I'm gonna leave a little stub there. So let her rip. Potato chip. I can at least get in there and put a slot in this stupid screw. Can never seem to get them centered, but boy, aluminum all over me, all over the camera. Alright, so it's about a week later. Threw in the towel. There's no fixing that carburetor. I don't know where we left off. I think I mentioned that prior, but this thing's a piece of garbage. Straight from the mainland. This is the old one. It's a Hawaii. I think that's how you say it. Whatever. It's junk. Can't even get the. I tried. I hacked and hacked at that mixture screw. They LOCTITE'd it in there. So we got a new one here. New in the box. And this one's even worse. No name, no name. Hey, but look at this. It's actually got an adjustable, it's got a screw in there that looks adjustable. There's a square on the end of it. Well, we're gonna get rid of that right now because I want this thing to run correctly. Everything matches up to the old one. Everything's in the same spot. That's always a good thing. Square. Oh, that was easy. Beautiful. So I take that square off. Now you got an adjustable carburetor. So it's, you know, it's almost worth it to just buy one right from the get-go. As soon as you buy these things nowadays, these things are awful, man. I'm telling you. This is gonna go fly. Going there was, let's get you some light here. Let's see. Down inside underneath that belt there's a 19mm bolt. I'm gonna work my camera here. Right there, that's the guy. It's got a little wire there, a little belt guide that's got to stay on top. So I had to take that wire off. Those two bolts I had to loosen. I had to actually take them off, and all that jazz. So now we got to put that big chute back on. I feel like I did something wrong there. I think I got to take those off again, do I? Yeah, I did something wrong here. I think those got to come back out again. These little guys. We'll see in a minute. This big contraption. Gotta go back in here. So spin this around too. Oh, it's gonna make me mad. Oh, you're gonna be kidding me. I gotta loosen them. Love doing stuff twice. So I gotta take all those bolts that I just put on. I gotta take off again. There's only 3 of them, so not a huge deal, but it still aggravates me when I do stupid things. All right. I'll show you the right way.
this thing goes. I don't know why that happened. That's all the way to the left. Turn it. Of course you can. I hate mud and stuff. It's all crap. Ship this thing down the road. I think this guy had this like this. But so I need a wrench. Oh, more wrench. It's a special kind. Alright, what's happening? That's a little better. Don't pinch the zip tie. Okay, that's tight. And I got an extra bowl. Yes, sir. Got hidden fasteners everywhere in this thing. Get my ratcheting wood wrench. And I got the wrong size, of course. Okay, take two. Let's try that again. I can't say enough good things about these things. I love them. Gear wrench. I'll show you the set I got. I picked that up at Sears a while back. What is it? 32-piece SAE and metric. They even got stubbies, which is good. The only thing I did, I had to label them all because when you're in a hurry, you cannot see. Well, they didn't label any of them on the plastic. The wrenches themselves are labeled, but makes things go a lot smoother if you just label them. So that's what I did. Anyways, awesome set. Well worth the cash. It feel just as good as a snap-on. So anyways, what's going on over there? I just checked the glass on that thing. It was 860 degrees. The thing was ripping. But anyways, this is it. She's done. Ow. You know, watch out for that stuff. This is kind of a, I don't know if it's a good idea in concept, but the execution is pretty piss poor if you ask me. You gotta pull this little trigger here, otherwise it won't move. And it's, look how, I mean, look at that. Come on, man. Have some pride in your work, you know? That's just stupid. I don't know. I miss the old days. You know, people cared. People genuinely cared about customer service and all that stuff. I think I've done enough ranting for one day in this video, so with that, thanks for stopping by. I hope this helps you get your I was gonna say something insulting, but hope this gets your Troy Bilt running again. Your Troy Bilt Storm 2620. How far we have fallen. as a manufacturing powerhouse. So let me tell you. But anyways, that's that. We'll see you on the next one.